Hello there, football fans, and welcome to the WCC Grid Talk. Yes, football fans, this is the WCC Grid Talk. We welcome you to the podcast. As you know, I'm your host, Mateo, alongside with my co-host, Joe, and thank you for joining. If you haven't yet, please hit like and smash that subscribe button and be notified whenever new episodes are available. You can also find and follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok at WCC Grid Talk. We are here to provide you with all information, anything and everything football related. But we do root for our Go Pack Go. We may not like the cold, but certainly still rep the green and gold. Joe, how you feeling today?
I'm feeling good, Mateo. We had a pretty big win over the Lions, a team that is a Super Bowl contender that I felt we had no chance of beating, and we came out with the W on Thanksgiving. Curious what your thoughts are. Actually, kind of think I know what your thoughts are going to be on this. But yeah, doing well. Had a great Thanksgiving. How about yourself?
I did. I had a great Thanksgiving. Actually, just ended up getting back from Pismo Beach, California. Weather was really great, super sunny. Had a bit of a breeze going on there, but I mean, between the nice cold breeze and the sun hitting our face, it was a great Thanksgiving.
So relaxing.
But let's go ahead. Let's get into this. So, first game on Thursday was none other than our Green Bay Packers versus the Detroit Lions in Detroit. Nonetheless, now our first meeting with Detroit wasn't anything spectacular. Okay, they really did a number on us, but man, we are on fire right now, and I know you know where I'm going with this. Jordan Love played an excellent game in this game, along with all of our wide receivers. Once again, the thing that I really enjoy watching out of him is how much he really is, no pun intended, spreading the love. And let's not forget, this game started off with a 53-yard pass to Christian Watson. And I know a lot of people have tuned in and listened in that Matt LaFleur actually originally that morning wanted to change the play up. That was their initial thought. But he shot Jordan Love a text message right on over to him and let him know, hey, I'm thinking about changing this play. And what I really like about this story is that Love said, no way, this is how we got to go into this. We got to start off strong. And so they did, and they really capitalized off of that with the touchdown to Jaden Reed to start off the game, 7-0. I mean, all around, it was just a great performance. What did you think of that, though?
The one thing that, I mean, yes, it was a great start. It was a great way for this Packers team to get ahead and punch the Lions in the face. You know, we've been talking for the last few episodes about how the Packers haven't been able to get off to the best starts in the first half. And boy, did they actually turn it around and actually have themselves a great first half in this game, scoring 20 points in the first quarter with an additional 3 in the second, taking a 23-6 lead into the half. I mean, you couldn't have asked for a better first half from the Packers against a very tough Lions team. Phenomenal way to start the game. Wish we would have seen more of that throughout the season, but a long way to go. And if we could keep this roll going, I mean, I hate to say this, but the Packers are kind of giving me a little bit of hope right now, and I feel like I'm on the way to be let down a little bit. But over these past couple games, Jordan Love and the Packers are definitely giving me a little bit of hope.
Yeah, there's a lot of hope that Packer fans can really look forward to. I mean, now the Packers are sitting at 5-6. Okay, I mean, they're still stuck in the 8th seed, but with the Seahawks loss to the 49ers, this keeps them in the ball game. I mean, anything is possible. I know we've got another tough match coming up next Sunday against the Kansas City Chiefs in Green Bay. But we've got a lot of hope to look forward to. And I mean, let's go over some of the stats in this game right here. Okay, Jordan Love ended up going 22 for 32, 268 yards, and 3 touchdowns. Okay, I mean, he's playing with a lot of heart. Overall, we really did great. The only negative thing that I have to say about the Packers is, unfortunately, Anders Carlson. Okay, this is the second week that he's missed an extra point, which kind of put us in an oddball place. But I mean, we really walked away with this one. I mean, final score of this game was 29-22. But I mean, we only ended up winning last week's game against the Chargers by 3. So anything could have ended up actually changing last week's game. I'm hoping that he can end up actually cleaning up some stuff, because those kicks can make a difference, as we've seen in that Pittsburgh game. We ended up losing that game by 4, and unfortunately had to go for the touchdown in that game instead of the field goal. But yeah, just a lot of great stuff. I mean, and Christian Watson, kudos to Christian Watson, finally coming out, showing that he could be that wide receiver 1, and he ended up finishing off the day with 5 receptions, 94 yards. Just great performance by Christian Watson.
Yeah, not only Christian Watson, but this entire receiving corps has really played well the last couple of weeks. Christian Watson, 7 targets, 5 receptions. Jaden Reed had 8 targets, so he was the leading receiver as far as targets go in this game. So again, like you said, really good stuff this week against the Lions. The offense has definitely stepped up the last couple of weeks. Playing against 2 really tough teams in the Chargers and the Lions, and both coming out with W's against them. You know, I look at the schedule, and we do have a tough matchup against Kansas City. They're the best team in the league, outside of the Eagles, you know, and we know what Mahomes can do. We know what guys like Kelsey could do. They're going to be tough. But once we get by the Chiefs, regardless if we win or lose, if we win, it drops us, or if we lose, it drops us to 5-7. If we win, we get to 500 at 6-6. But after the Chiefs, you look at the schedule: Giants, that's a winnable game. Bucks, winnable game. Carolina, winnable game. Minnesota, it's probably a winnable game at this point. And Bears, winnable game. After the Chiefs, we could potentially win out, and if that's the case, we would have a record of 10-7. Is that good enough for the playoffs? I think so. So that's where I'm looking. That's why I bring up the notion that they're giving me a little bit of hope, is because the way they've been playing the last couple games has been great. Our schedule after this next week is kind of weak. So who knows? Packers and Jordan Love and Matt LaFleur can find themselves in a playoff spot with a little bit of luck going forward.
Right. And, you know, another person that I got to give credit to in this game was Tucker Kraft. He ended up coming in with an injured Luke Musgrave out on injured reserve. And, yeah, he ended up walking away with the touchdown, too. I apologize. I said Christian Watson had 2 touchdowns, but I totally forgot about Tucker Kraft's touchdown, which was a great touchdown. I mean, looking at it, the Packers thought that they had a first down, but it actually was a 3rd and short. And Matt LaFleur was even running to the sideline because he had initially had the play call thinking that it was a first down, but they were already just in motion and ready to go. And so he let the play go on. And yeah, I mean, Love just lobbed that thing to Kraft over on the sideline into the end zone, and it was a great pickup by him. So, yeah, Tucker Kraft ended up stepping up in this game without Luke Musgrave in the lineup. And, you know, A.J. Dillon, I mean, he ended up actually going 14 carries for 43 yards. Doesn't really speak a lot of volumes, but he did have 3 receptions for 38 yards. And he really showed a lot of potential with those catches. There was one catch that he had, and as big as A.J. Dillon is, big old ham hocks, he hurdled over one of the defenders with another guy coming and tried to punch him to the sideline. And it was like hitting a brick wall. I mean, he punched into Dillon, and he actually ended up falling, and Dillon just kept on running it up for an extra 6-7 yards after already grabbing the first down. So Dillon really stepped up in this game with an injured Aaron Jones, who we don't know when we're expecting to have Aaron Jones back. But, God, just looking at all the quality, this is what we've been looking for. This is what Packer fans have been looking for this season, this game. I mean, the Lions were not an easy team, going into this game. 8-2. I know that they had a rough game last week against the Bears, who a lot of people thought that game was going to be a walk-off for them. But we really ended up going into Detroit and showing them what we're made of.
Yeah, I mean, these are the games that a team is going to have to win in order to get to the playoffs. In order to make the playoffs, you have to beat some good teams. You have to step up and play well. We talked about this when the Packers played the Steelers. Steelers their record is solid and they've had a very tough schedule, but they show up against the teams that are good. This was the last 2 weeks. The Packers have done that against really tough teams. I mean, it seems like we might be playing a little bit to our competition level, which I hope isn't the case because we do have a pretty lackluster schedule following the Chiefs. But yeah, these are the games that good teams win. They win. They beat the good teams. They make their way into the playoffs, and when you get to the playoffs, you are only going to be playing good teams. So being able to compete with these teams is a good sign. Being able to compete with teams like the Lions and the Chargers gives me hope. And our week schedule going forward continues to give me hope. And, we need some luck for sure. There definitely is going to have to be some luck going forward in order for us to make the playoffs. And there's going to have to be some other good teams to lose some games as well. So the good thing is that the NFC is definitely not as heavy as the AFC is. And it's a little bit weak when you look at the middle of the pack. So with that being said, who knows? Let the Packers continue to play this way, and hopefully they can find us into the playoff spot.
Yeah. And just on a side note, I am totally pissed off that Jordan Love didn't get a turkey leg after that game. Totally pissed off. Well-deserved turkey leg. Come on, man. Fox, get it together, okay? Jordan Love needs a turkey leg after a big win like that.
FedEx it to him.
All right, listeners. Well, that does it for this episode. Thank you all again so much for joining. We truly appreciate it. And if you haven't yet, please hit like and smash that subscribe button and be notified whenever new episodes are coming out. You can also find and follow us on Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, and Instagram at WCC Grid Talk. We truly appreciate it and thank each of you for joining us on the podcast. As always, we may not like the cold, but certainly still rep the green and gold. Go Pack Go. Have a great one.